Kia ora folks, Matt here, and I have fibromyalgia. Today I want to talk a bit about tryptophan and serotonin and the possible links to fibro, and also a supplement that I'm trying. But first, a check-in. I have had three out of 4 good nights sleep in a row. And if you know anything about fibromyalgia, you'll know that that is pretty much unheard of. And I guess I want to share the reason that I think that's happened. But before I kind of get into that, I want to put a big disclaimer out here. I'm going to tell you about a supplement that I'm using that is potentially extremely dangerous. So do your own research. Don't just go out and buy a supplement off the shelf and chuck it in your system. You guys all know that, right? I shouldn't have to say it, but yeah, you have to speak to your medical professionals and all that before changing any of your supplementation or your medications, right? Everybody knows that. So this particular supplement has to do with the basically the production of serotonin in your body. Serotonin, I think you probably will have heard of, given your fibro people. Serotonin's like helps with sleep and helps regulate pain, helps regulate mood. It does a whole bunch of things, and it's a really complicated kind of system in your body. And it is created by the consumption of foods that have tryptophan in them. And when you eat the foods that have tryptophan, your body, I think, either converts that tryptophan into serotonin or a kin word. Notes will be in the description below. So there's basically 2 pathways that it can go, the tryptophan, possibly more, but 2 important ones here. The first pathway is, and both are necessary, by the way. It's not good to, you need both. Okay, so on the serotonin pathway, there's a few steps. One of them is at I can't remember the terminology, a thing that turns tryptophan into serotonin, or tryptophan into 5-HTP, which is before serotonin and before melatonin. Anyway, complicated. And the problem with fibromyalgia is a real chicken and egg kind of thing. Basically, having fibromyalgia kind of creates stress on your body, and stress creates things like cortisol and other immune, what are they called? Immune thingies. It's the technical terms are not important, but basically stress creates these things like cortisol and other stress hormones, and what they can do is stop the pathway that turns tryptophan into serotonin, and instead send it down the other pathway. There was a study done in 1990 and some more work in 1992 that suggests that having okay, right, before I say that, the other side of the gateway is a thing called 5-HTP, and that can be supplemented. You can get it in plants, but not very readily. So you can get to 5-HTP by taking a tablet, and that's what I've been doing, and that's seems to be what has drastically improved my sleeping. So yeah, basically Fibro creates a problem for making serotonin, and the fact that you don't have enough serotonin kind of creates the conditions of fibro, or a lot of the symptoms of fibro. Well, that's the theory anyway. This is, I've kind of butchered this, but anyway, the point is the 5-HTP supplement is readily available in chemists in New Zealand anyway. It's the first time I've ever come across something that could possibly help, and that was both available and cheap. I think it's $20 for a month's supply of tablets that contain 5-HTP. So it seems to work for me, and that's the main thing that I want to put out there. So far it seems to be working. I've had fantastic 4 days. Caveat, I was coming out of a flare, so would probably potentially have had a few good days anyway. But the sleep is the thing. The thing that I do when I sleep is I twirl around and I rip the sheets off the bed. And for 3 out of the last 4 days, I have not done that. And that's the best scientific proof I can give you. I can tell you right now that I have slept better than I have in many moons over the last 4 days. And it's worth looking into, people. I'll link the video that I watched below. Do your own research. Contact your medical provider before you do anything at all with your supplements. And yeah, hopefully, maybe this will continue to be helpful. I'll also leave it in the comments below. Check in regularly to see if it's still helping. So come back to this video and have a look at those. Also, just before I go, I'm constantly developing my Fibro doc, and all of this stuff is in that. I think any of the playlists, you can get a link to that. Chuck it in a browser, send me an email, and I will grant access to that. At this stage, I have no intentions of doing anything with the emails that I collect from that thing, but yeah, if you do that, I will have an email of yours, so bear that in mind. You're welcome to PM me and I can email you the doc. If you want to, I don't know, if you want to find another way of getting the document without giving me your email address, let me know and we can work something out. All right, cheers guys, good health.